The 1976 No Mint Mark $1 coin holds a very special place in American numismatics, not only because it commemorates the nation's bicentennial, but also due to its rarity and the historical context behind its issue. This coin was part of a wider series of commemorative coinage struck to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a milestone that reflected both the heritage and resilience of the United States. While millions of Eisenhower dollars were minted in 1976 with special dual-dated 1776-1976 reverses featuring the Liberty Bell superimposed against the surface of the moon, the No Mint Mark variety from Philadelphia has become one of the most desirable to collectors, with high-grade examples reaching values as high as $12,500 in today's market. At first glance, the coin may look like any other Eisenhower dollar, large, bold, and heavy in composition, but closer inspection reveals its fascinating story, one that blends design artistry, minting history, collector intrigue, and the unpredictability of survival rates that affect its rarity today. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark during this period, meaning that coins from Philadelphia simply appear without a letter, unlike Denver coins marked with a D or San Francisco coins marked with an S. This absence of a mint mark is not itself unusual, but when paired with the limited survival of high-quality strikes and the particular demand surrounding bicentennial issues, the No Mint Mark dollar rises in stature, becoming a treasure in the eyes of numismatists. Its obverse continues to feature President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, whose rendering of Eisenhower's dignified profile symbolized both leadership and strength in a coinage era that was shifting away from silver and into modern base metals. The reverse, designed by Dennis R. Williams, a young art student whose submission won a national design competition, depicts the Liberty Bell in front of the moon, an image intended to celebrate both America's revolutionary heritage and its achievements in space exploration, particularly the Apollo moon landing that had so recently inspired the nation. This dual symbolism made the coin unique in the history of U.S. coinage, as it merged 18th-century independence with 20th-century scientific triumphs. Collectors prize this coin not just for the artistry, but also for its symbolic value, since few designs capture 2 centuries of national pride in a single image as effectively as this one. Despite the millions struck, the challenge lies in finding specimens that are not only preserved, but also free from the heavy wear, bag marks, and production flaws that plagued many Eisenhower dollars. The Philadelphia Mint was notorious for producing coins with weaker strikes, meaning that even coins that entered circulation only briefly often display softness in the details of Eisenhower's hair, the lettering, or the delicate lines on the Liberty Bell. This makes high-grade survivors exceedingly rare, which is where the market value of $12,500 for the finest examples comes into play. Grading companies like NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, play a pivotal role in establishing and confirming these values, as certified coins in mint state, particularly MS-66 and above, can command huge premiums at auction. For example, while a circulated example might only bring a few dollars, an exceptional specimen with brilliant luster, sharp strike, and minimal contact marks has the potential to sell for thousands, especially in an era where collectors are increasingly focused on top population coins, those at the very peak of the grading scale. The market for Eisenhower dollars has grown considerably in recent decades, as these coins, once dismissed as too large and cumbersome for daily use, are now appreciated for their artistry, size, and role in commemorating a crucial moment in American history. The fact that this coin bears no mint mark from Philadelphia adds to its appeal because it reminds collectors of a minting tradition that later changed. Starting in 1980, the Philadelphia Mint began placing a P-Mint mark on most of its coins, making earlier no-mint mark issues feel more historically distinct. To own a 1976 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar in high grade is therefore to own not just a piece of bicentennial history, but also a reminder of numismatic practices that belong to another era. The bicentennial series itself also has a cult following, since it was the first time in U.S. history that multiple denominations, the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, were simultaneously given commemorative reverses for circulation. This created excitement among the public at the time and continues to make these coins attractive to those who cherish Americana. The no-mint mark dollar, being the largest of the three and the only coin with a space-themed element, stands out as the centerpiece of the bicentennial trio. Its sheer size, 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing 22.68 grams, gives it a commanding presence that makes it hard to overlook in any collection. From an investment standpoint, the 1976 no-mint mark dollar has proven itself a strong performer, with prices rising steadily in the last few decades. Part of this growth is fueled by the general resurgence of interest in Eisenhower dollars, long overshadowed by earlier silver dollars like the Morgan and Peace series. As more collectors realize that Eisenhower dollars represent the last of the large cartwheel-style dollars intended for circulation, demand has surged, especially for varieties and high-grade examples. The $2,500 value reflects not just rarity but also demand, as collectors who specialize in bicentennial issues or Eisenhower dollars are often willing to bid aggressively to secure coins with exceptional eye appeal. Auction records demonstrate this trend, with certain certified pieces drawing intense competition, and experts predict that values may climb even higher as new generations of collectors enter the market. The story of this coin is not just about scarcity, but about timing, symbolism, and collector enthusiasm aligning to make what might otherwise seem like an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. In conclusion, the 1976 no-mint Mark I dollar coin is a perfect example of how numismatics transforms everyday objects into historical treasures. Its combination of bicentennial significance, Philadelphia origin, unique design, and rarity in high grades has pushed its market value to impressive levels, with some pieces worth up to $2,500 today. Collectors see it as more than just a dollar. It is a tangible link to America's 200th birthday, a commemoration of Eisenhower's leadership, a celebration of liberty and space exploration, and a piece of minting history that reflects changing practices. Whether viewed as an investment, a historical artifact, or a symbol of national pride, this coin remains one of the standout issues of the modern era, proving that even coins from the relatively recent past can become valuable and coveted if they carry the right blend of history, artistry, and scarcity. The 1976 no-mint mark dollar is thus not only a coin worth collecting, but also one worth cherishing, as it represents a story far bigger than its face value, a story that continues to resonate with numismatists and historians alike across the globe. Next up, the 1974 no-mint mark $1 coin is a fascinating and highly collectible piece of American numismatic history, a coin that on the surface may seem like an ordinary Eisenhower dollar, yet has become a symbol of rarity, artistry, and value, with examples in top condition reaching an impressive market value of $2,100 today. Issued at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not place mint marks on its coins, the absence of a mint mark is not an error but a traditional practice, and it makes the 1974 dollar instantly identifiable as a product of the nation's first and most historic mint. The Eisenhower dollar itself was introduced in 1971 to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the World War II general and 34th President of the United States, whose legacy of leadership, stability, and strength was considered worthy of commemoration on the nation's largest circulating coin. Chief engraver Frank Gasparo designed the obverse of the coin, presenting a bold and dignified portrait of Eisenhower that conveys authority and respect. On the reverse, Gasparo drew inspiration from the Apollo 11 moon landing, featuring an eagle landing on the lunar surface, clutching an olive branch of peace in its talons, with the Earth visible in the distance, an image originally taken from the official Apollo 11 mission insignia. This powerful design links the coin not only to American leadership, but also to one of the greatest achievements of modern history, man's first steps on the moon in 1969. By connecting Eisenhower to the Apollo landing, the coin became a symbol of both past leadership and future possibilities, tying together the nation's military, political, and scientific heritage. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Eisenhower dollars in 1974. But as is often the case in numismatics, rarity is determined not just by mintage figures, but by survival rates, condition, and collector demand. While many examples exist, in circulated grades they are often heavily worn with bag marks, scratches, and dull surfaces, the result of the large coin's impracticality in daily commerce. The Eisenhower dollar, with its diameter of 38.1 millimeters and weight of 22.68 grams, was cumbersome for most Americans to carry and never gained widespread popularity in circulation. As a result, many were stored away in bags, and when eventually released or discovered, they bore the abrasions of storage and transportation, diminishing their appeal to serious collectors. High-grade survivors, especially those certified at Mint State 65 and above by leading grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, are exceedingly scarce and command significant premiums. The top-tier examples with brilliant luster, sharp strike, and virtually no contact marks are the coins that sell for thousands of dollars, with the best certified 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollars fetching around $2,100 in the modern marketplace. What makes the 1974 dollar so interesting to collectors is not just its connection to Eisenhower and Apollo 11, but also its role within the broader Eisenhower dollar series, which ran from 1971 to 1978 and marked the final issuance of the large cartwheel-style dollar coin in the United States. Unlike the Morgan and Peace dollars of earlier eras, the Eisenhower series was composed primarily of copper-nickel-clad coins, with special silver-clad issues produced at San Francisco for collectors. The Philadelphia minted no-mint mark coins, while technically common, are uniquely challenging to find in pristine condition, and this challenge has made them increasingly desirable in recent years. Another layer of significance comes from the historical context of the mid-1970s. By 1974, the United States was grappling with political turmoil from the Watergate scandal and the looming resignation of President Richard Nixon, while also celebrating achievements in space exploration and technological advancement. The Eisenhower dollar of this year therefore sits at a fascinating crossroads in history, representing both continuity and change, national pride and political uncertainty. Collectors who study this coin see it as more than just a monetary instrument. They see it as a mirror of America's story during a turbulent yet hopeful era. The artistry of the coin itself further elevates its appeal. Eisenhower's portrait on the obverse is strong and resolute, capturing the essence of a leader who guided the nation through the complexities of post-war recovery and Cold War diplomacy. The reverse design, with its depiction of the eagle on the moon, is among the most iconic in modern numismatics, symbolizing peace, exploration, and human achievement on a scale no previous coin had attempted to capture. This combination of themes, the military leader and the peaceful explorer, the statesman and the astronaut, makes the coin unique in the canon of American coinage. Moreover, the large size of the coin provides a canvas on which these themes are displayed with impressive clarity, making the Eisenhower dollar a favorite for collectors who appreciate bold designs. While smaller coins like the cent or dime may have broader circulation, few coins carry the same visual and symbolic impact as the Eisenhower dollar. Market trends show that interest in Eisenhower dollars has grown significantly in the past 2 decades, as collectors and investors have come to appreciate their historical significance and rarity in high grades. Coins like the 1974 no-mint mark dollar, once overlooked, are now commanding strong prices, and this trend shows no signs of slowing. Auction records reveal that when a high-quality example appears, bidders often compete aggressively, pushing prices into the thousands. This has been fueled in part by the increasing importance of third-party grading and certification. Collectors are no longer satisfied with raw coins, whose grades may be uncertain. They demand certified, slabbed examples that provide assurance of authenticity and condition. PCGS and NGC population reports reveal that only a limited number of 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollars exist in top mint state grades, and this scarcity is the driving force behind the $2,100 market value. Investors have also noticed seeing coins like this not just as collectibles but as tangible assets that combine historical significance with financial potential. Beyond its monetary value, the 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar represents a bridge between different eras of U.S. coinage. It was the last era when dollar coins were truly large and imposing, as later issues like the Susan B. Anthony, Sacagawea, and presidential dollars shifted to smaller, more practical sizes. For this reason, the Eisenhower series is often described as the last of the giants, and owning a 1974 no-mint mark dollar in superb condition is akin to owning a relic of a vanished age in American currency. It connects collectors to a time when coinage was still produced with bold designs and significant physical presence, before efficiency and convenience became the guiding principles of modern money. The fact that this particular issue has soared in value to $2,100 underscores the growing recognition of its importance within the hobby. For those who own one, it is both a prized collectible and a conversation piece, a reminder that even modern-era coins can achieve the same aura of rarity and desirability once reserved for 19th-century silver dollars. In conclusion, the 1974 no-mint mark $1 coin is far more than a piece of copper nickel. It is a powerful symbol of American history, leadership, and achievement, a coin that blends artistry with heritage and rarity with value. Its obverse honors Eisenhower's legacy, its reverse celebrates the Apollo 11 landing and its place within. The Eisenhower dollar series makes it historically significant as one of the last large circulating dollars ever produced. High-grade examples certified by top grading agencies have become treasures within the numismatic world, with market values climbing to around $2,100, reflecting both scarcity and demand. Whether viewed as an investment, a historical artifact, or a patriotic emblem, the 1974 no-mint mark dollar has secured its place as a standout of modern American coinage. It proves that even coins struck in relatively recent decades can become highly prized and valuable when they embody the right combination of design, symbolism, rarity, and condition. For collectors of Eisenhower dollars, U.S. coinage enthusiasts, and investors alike, this coin remains one of the most compelling acquisitions of the modern era, a shining example of how numismatics transforms ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures that tell the story of a nation. Next up, the 1922 no-mint mark $1 coin, commonly known as the 1922 peace dollar, is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics and holds a special place in the hearts of collectors for its historical significance, bold design, and rarity in higher grades, with exceptional examples today commanding market values of up to $2,500. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place mint marks on its coins, the absence of a mint mark clearly identifies it as a Philadelphia issue, making it one of the most important entries in the peace dollar series. This coin represents far more than just money. It is a symbol of the post-World War I era, when the United States sought to honor peace and stability after a period of global turmoil. The peace dollar series was authorized by the Pittman Act of 1918, which required the melting of hundreds of millions of silver dollars and their replacement with new issues. And the design competition that followed brought forth one of the most admired works of numismatic art in U.S. history. Anthony de Francisci, an accomplished sculptor, was selected to design the new dollar, and his vision produced a coin that blended classical beauty with modern symbolism. The obverse of the 1922 peace dollar features the head of Liberty in profile, her youthful features crowned with a radiant tiara reminiscent of the Statue of Liberty's crown, suggesting freedom, enlightenment, and national strength. The reverse depicts a majestic American bald eagle perched on a rock, clutching an olive branch in its talons, with the word peace inscribed prominently below, reinforcing the coin's role as a tribute to peace, following the horrors of World War I. This was the first U.S. coin to explicitly carry the word peace, and it quickly became an emblem of national hope during the 1920s. The 1922 issue is particularly significant within the series because it was the first full year of production, following the initial release of peace dollars in late 1921. While 1921 coins were struck in high relief, creating breathtaking artistic depth but difficulties in striking, the 1922 coins were issued in a lower relief to ensure durability and ease of minting, making them more practical for mass production. Philadelphia struck more than 51 million peace dollars in 1922, the largest single mintage of any silver dollar in U.S. history at that time. But sheer numbers do not diminish the rarity of finding well-preserved survivors. Most of these coins entered circulation where their large size and heavy use resulted in widespread wear, scratches, and contact marks. Others were stored in treasury vaults, where they often rubbed against each other in massive bags, acquiring abrasions long before collectors had the chance to set them aside. As a result, while circulated examples remain relatively common and affordable, pristine examples with sharp detail, radiant luster, and minimal bag marks are scarce and can reach values of $1,500 or more, especially when certified by leading grading services such as PCGS or NGC. In mint state 65 and higher, the 1922 no-mint mark peace dollar becomes an exceptional prize for collectors, combining historical weight with aesthetic beauty and financial value. The artistry of Anthony de Francisi's design continues to captivate collectors, and the 1922 peace dollar remains a centerpiece of American numismatic art. Liberty's image, modeled in part after the sculptor's wife, Teresa, conveys both classical grace and modern vitality, a symbol of America's youthful optimism in the early 20th century. The eagle on the reverse, resting yet vigilant, embodies both strength and peace, an apt metaphor for a nation emerging as a world power, yet yearning for stability after the devastation of war. The simplicity of the word peace beneath the eagle transforms the coin into a miniature monument, a reminder of the values and hopes of an entire generation. These symbolic qualities make the 1922 issue particularly appealing not only to traditional coin collectors, but also to those who appreciate history, art, and national identity expressed through currency. From a numismatic perspective, the 1922 peace dollar also offers fascinating varieties and strike characteristics. Because of the transition from high relief to low relief, there are rare early 1922 high-relief pieces that are considered patterns and sell for extraordinary sums. While the regular low-relief coins struck at Philadelphia bear no mint mark, collectors value them for their sharpness of strike and overall eye appeal when found in high grade. Luster plays a huge role in determining the value, as coins with booming cartwheel luster and clean surfaces stand out at auction and can easily reach the $1,500 mark or higher. Population reports show that while thousands of 1922 peace dollars have been graded, only a small fraction achieve top mint state designations, and this scarcity drives demand in the marketplace. Investors recognize this, and many seek certified examples not only for the coin's historical meaning, but also for its potential as a tangible asset with enduring value. The market for peace dollars has grown substantially in recent years, and The 1922 no mint mark issue is one of the most sought after because it represents the perfect entry point for collectors while still offering high-end rarity for advanced enthusiasts. Circulated pieces remain relatively inexpensive, making the coin accessible to beginners, while superb mint state coins appeal to investors and seasoned collectors willing to pay thousands for the finest specimens. The $1,500 valuation reflects the sweet spot for coins in high mint state grades, particularly MS-65, with exceptional examples in MS-66 or MS-67 commanding even greater premiums at auction. This dynamic range of values ensures that the 1922 peace dollar continues to be a versatile and vibrant part of the hobby, appealing to all levels of collectors. Historically, the peace dollar series holds an enduring appeal because it was the last circulating silver dollar produced in the United States, ending a tradition that stretched back to the early days of the Republic. While silver dollars had long been a symbol of American wealth and independence, the peace dollar brought new meaning by emphasizing peace and prosperity. For collectors today, owning a 1922 peace dollar is like holding a piece of that national optimism in their hands, a link to a period when the United States was redefining itself on the world stage. The fact that the coin remains valuable, with the finest no-mint mark examples bringing up to $1,500, demonstrates how numismatics captures both emotional and financial worth in ways that transcend the coin's original face value. In conclusion, the 1922 no-mint Mark $1 peace dollar is a remarkable coin that embodies American history, artistry, and collector passion. With its origins tied to the Pittman Act, its design celebrating peace after World War I, and its role as the first full year of peace dollar production, it represents a pivotal chapter in U.S. coinage. Its obverse of radiant liberty and reverse of a peaceful eagle make it a timeless work of art, while its scarcity in higher grades and $1,500 market value make it a standout investment and collectible. Whether seen as a symbol of hope, a piece of monetary history, or a rare asset, the 1922 no-mint mark peace dollar continues to inspire admiration among collectors and remains one of the most enduring treasures of American numismatics, proving that even nearly a century after its creation, it has lost none of its power to fascinate, to inspire, and to remind us of the ideals of peace and prosperity that shaped a nation. Next up, the 1977 D-Mint Mark $1 coin, popularly known as the Eisenhower dollar, is one of the standout issues of the modern U.S. coinage era, and while at first glance it may appear to be just another large copper-nickel dollar of the 1970s, it has grown into a highly collectible rarity in superb condition, with some examples certified in top mint state grades, selling for as much as $3,500 in today's market, a value that reflects not only the scarcity of premium quality, survivors, but also the historical significance and artistry behind the coin itself. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the bold D mint mark just above the date on the obverse, this coin represents an important chapter in the Eisenhower dollar series, which ran from 1971 until 1978 and marked the final era of large-sized, circulating U.S. dollars, coins that harkened back to the days of Morgan and peace dollars with their hefty weight and bold designs. The obverse of the 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar features the dignified portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, whose depiction captures Eisenhower's leadership and presence as both Supreme Commander of Allied forces during World War II and later as the 34th President of the United States, a figure remembered for guiding America through a period of recovery and international tension with steady hands. The reverse of the coin, also designed by Gasparo, is directly tied to one of the proudest achievements of modern American history, the Apollo 11 moon landing. Adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, the design depicts an American bald eagle in descent toward the lunar surface, wings outstretched, clutching an olive branch as a symbol of peace, while the Earth is shown in the distance above, a composition that symbolizes not only the triumph of human exploration, but also the blending of strength with the hope for peace in an era defined by Cold War tensions. This imagery made the Eisenhower dollar unique among modern U.S. coins, as it celebrated both military leadership and scientific exploration, tying together two of the greatest themes of 20th century America in a single numismatic object. Despite a relatively high mintage of more than 32 million coins in 1977 at the Denver Mint, the vast majority of these dollars entered into circulation or were stored in bags where they were subjected to heavy contact, abrasion, and scuffing, resulting in coins that today appear dull, worn, or riddled with bag marks, diminishing their eye appeal. Because of this, circulated examples are common and typically worth only a few dollars, but the challenge for collectors lies in finding those rare survivors that not only escaped circulation, but were also preserved with sharp details, glowing luster, and minimal contact marks. High-grade mint state coins certified by professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC are rare, and this rarity drives the price to levels as high as $3,500 for coins graded MS-66 or better, where the population thins dramatically and collector demand is fierce. The Denver Mint, while generally producing sharper strikes than Philadelphia at the time, still struggled with quality control on such a large coin, meaning that fully struck pieces with clean surfaces and attractive luster are few and far between, making them especially valuable. Collectors prize these coins not only for their technical quality, but also for their historical context, as the Eisenhower dollar represents the last of the so-called cartwheel dollars intended for everyday use, a tradition that ended with the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. For many, the Eisenhower dollar serves as a nostalgic reminder of a different era in American coinage, and the 1977 D issue stands out as one of the most desirable because of its combination of availability in lower grades and scarcity in gem condition. The market for Eisenhower dollars has grown considerably in recent decades, as numismatists, who once overlooked these coins as too modern or too bulky, have come to appreciate their artistry, symbolism, and place in U.S. coinage history. This growing demand has fueled auction records, with certified examples of the 1977 D Eisenhower dollar in top grades, reaching thousands of dollars, far above their original face value of just $1. Population reports confirm that while many 1977 D dollars have been graded, only a very small fraction achieve the highest mint state designations, and this bottleneck is what pushes values upward. Collectors today are increasingly focused on condition rarity, meaning that while a coin may be common in general, it can become extremely rare and valuable in pristine condition. And the 1977 D Eisenhower dollar is a textbook example of this phenomenon. In fact, its $3,500 market value is driven not by overall scarcity, but by the scarcity of near-perfect examples, which serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar to acquire for registry sets or as investments. The role of third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC cannot be overstated in this process, as slabs and population reports have elevated Eisenhower dollars from overlooked pocket change to elite numismatic collectibles with documented rarity. Beyond value and rarity, the 1977 D Eisenhower dollar embodies a rich layer of symbolism and national identity that adds to its allure. Eisenhower's portrait reminds Americans of a leader who bridged the transition from global war to uneasy peace, overseeing both the Allied victory in Europe and the early stages of the Cold War as president. The Apollo 11 reverse celebrates one of the greatest triumphs of science and exploration, reminding collectors of July 20, 1969, when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon. By including this imagery on a circulating coin, the U.S. Mint ensured that every American who spent or saved an Eisenhower dollar would hold a piece of that history in their hand. For the 1977 D issue, this meaning is heightened by the fact that it comes late in the series, produced just before the coin was discontinued in 1978, giving it a sense of finality and nostalgia as the last of a breed. The physical characteristics of the coin further emphasize its role as a numismatic giant. Struck in copper-nickel clad with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters and a weight of 22.68 grams, it was the largest coin in circulation during the 1970s, earning the nickname Ike Dollar for its imposing size and weight. Though inconvenient for commerce, its size made it perfect for collectors, as the broad canvas allowed Gasparo's designs to shine with detail and clarity. The coin's heft also contributed to its lack of popularity in daily use, which in turn has given modern collectors a chance to discover well-preserved examples in original bags and rolls. Those lucky enough to find such specimens can benefit greatly, as certified gems command premium prices. From an investment standpoint, the 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar demonstrates how modern coins can achieve significant appreciation when they combine history, rarity, and condition scarcity. While earlier silver dollars like the Morgan and Peace series have long been the darlings of collectors, the Eisenhower dollar series has steadily risen in prominence, with the 1977 D issue often highlighted as one of the keys for those seeking a complete high-grade set. Its $3,500 value in mint state is a testament to how numismatic markets evolve, with coins once overlooked now commanding serious respect and serious money. As collectors build registry sets and seek out the very best examples, prices are expected to remain strong, and the 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar is poised to remain one of the standout modern rarities for years to come. In conclusion, the 1977 D. Mint Mark $1 Eisenhower coin is far more than a large, heavy piece of copper nickel. It is a numismatic treasure that captures American leadership, space exploration, and coinage tradition in a single piece. A coin that stands as the last of the great circulating silver dollar-sized coins and a reminder of an era when design, history, and symbolism converged. Its obverse honors a president who shaped the course of history, while its reverse immortalizes the moment mankind first walked on the moon, giving the coin cultural weight beyond its monetary use. Though millions were struck, the survival of pristine examples is rare. And these are the coins that today can sell for as much as $3,500, a value that reflects not just scarcity, but also the passion of collectors who recognize its historical and artistic importance. For anyone who owns a 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar in top condition, it is both a piece of history and a valuable asset, a coin that proves how even modern-era issues can become rare, desirable, and financially significant when they embody the perfect combination of symbolism, artistry, and rarity.